Yeah, in Aavak colonies, eating people is a-okay. Sneezing at plants, however, is not. Well, I mean, obviously. Probably looking at another 3-4 eruptions before that's all sorted. The food decaying, by the way, is probably just, yeah, in the Draco stable. Oh no. This is going to be where Snowfoot gets trapped. 100%. If Snowfoot's going to get trapped anywhere, it's going to be when they're digging out massive chunks of sand. That's pretty much a guarantee. But to be fair, well done on all of the suppliers. They've done a good job of getting all of this around the place. Not delivered any more hydrogen in there, though, which is kind of annoying. What's the temperature here? Window tile is still adjusting in terms of the temperature. Oh. Is this pulling temperature from up there? No, it doesn't look like it is. Might be wrong, though. It seems these metal tiles are where they're basically having a battle over the temperature, which makes a lot of sense. Once I get a couple more of these hooked up, though, then it should start fixing the problem. Oh, let's pop these on an 8. These still haven't been deconstructed, and I'm kind of getting a little bit... it's starting to feel a little bit more urgent to get that done. Yeah, this is one of the big reasons why I don't tend to give my dupes loads of work to do. It does take forever for any one particular project to be nearing completion as a result of that. A little bit frustrating. And one of the big reasons why I am starting to open to the idea of having... Oh, these slicksters are going to die. That being said, actually, they might be okay. There's quite a lot of room in this area. But it's cold, so they'll probably give birth to long-haired slicksters. I'd actually be okay with having a bunch of long-haired slickster pets in here. Just wild long-haired slicksters. It's whether or not they survive long enough to breed is the question. I'm not sure if they will. They might do. Because they're not tame, they may actually... Wow, you are... Really? How? You ate someone's breath. The slicksters are eating the breath from my dupes. And that's allowing them to wee oil. I'm amazed. Iceberg, don't worry too much about the atmospheres not having power. This is a closed circuit. It can be fed from the main trunk of power, but it doesn't equalize with it. So this battery is localized to just this section. And I've got a hamster wheel there. So if there are people in base and this runs out of power, then they'll simply run on the hamster wheel because there's nothing else for them to do here. There are no jobs for them in the base. So they will run on the hamster wheel, charge up that battery, and then they can leave. Likewise with the transit tube access. Slickers, they'll take your breath away. Yeah, I know, right? Alphotronics Chaotic, hello! You have no idea what's happening here. Okay, so are you familiar with oxygen not included? Because if you are, then I can go over any particular weirdness that you might be observing in here, because that's probably just me over-engineering something. If you're not, then we might need to have a bit of a chat, a bit of a longer chat about what's going on. So let me know. To 177. I could kick this in right now, but if we wait until it's up at 200, we'll get that much more energy out of it, which would be appreciated. That being said, I am willfully choosing not to have power right now, which is a bit dumb. I'm going to give a high priority, well, reasonably high priority sweep order there, because there's only one place that oil is going to be taken, so may as well get it there. We got the copper up here yet? No, still waiting for a little bit more. Yeah, you are the game. I said that with the boxes that were going up and down in a circle. I didn't know what that was. Oh, this section. Okay, so effectively the plan is here to have regolith brought into this system along a conveyor rail. It will then circle through this room, dumping out all of its heat into the steam that's there, which will then be being captured by steam turbines for power. So the regolith we're getting from the surface, so as regolith smashes down, it's typically quite warm. Once the temperature of the regolith in here drops below 150, because the room is going to activate these once the temperature is above 150, and stop it when it drops below 130. It dumps that regolith out, so it's no longer useful in here. Gets rid of it, and that regolith goes through this system, shedding heat into basically a heat block. A mixture of copper metal tiles and diamond window tiles. And then once that regolith is below 20, it gets dumped down here, because ultimately I want to use the regolith in the rest of the base, I just don't want to bring it in when it's crazy, crazy hot. Take care, Bilal. Thank you, mate. Have a good sleep, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. Always appreciate it. Bilal, such a trooper. Does a bunch of work, and then does even more work in his off time. Keeping the dabblings in check. Well, not that, you know, I think that's a particularly difficult job. The dabblings being dapper and all. But yeah, we're just waiting now on having the material we need over there. To be fair, this chat is a pretty nice place. I'm glad. I'm glad you think so. To 150, I could start this. 150 would probably give us enough temperature to do a decent job here. We just made a bunch of carbon, which is going to be dumping a decently hot amount of quote-unquote coolant into the system. Down here is probably getting pretty nice. Yeah, it's getting very nice down there. It's a decent amount of temperature shift. 134, 132. It's got a little bit of a gap in the middle there, but 134, 142, all the way up to about a little bit over 150. Are we looking down the very far bottom there? 185. That is starting to get very nice now. Everything in this room is 185. Again, though, I'm probably going to have to wait until the next dormancy to rejig that so it's got a conveyor rail system, much like the other steam room. But I'm pretty pleased with learning all of this through this stream. Honestly, this game feels amazing for that. Just being able to learn stuff and the amount of little things you can build up in it. We'll go with petroleum here. Copy that across. What priority should I give it? You know what? Give it a priority of 8. Honk. Bag K, thank you very much for the subscription. 8 months in a row. Morning all, how's it going? It's going very well, mate. Thank you very much for joining. How about you? Also, go ahead and soup that up. Wait. Where am I souping it to is the question. We're not souping it down here. Are we souping it up the very top? Whoop. Whoop. New. Okay. Well, that is good. Oh, cooling it down a little bit more. It is going to be getting very chilly in these rooms soon. Regulus is 27 on that side, 22 by here. So really, it is just the heat in these areas. Right now, the regolith is what's cooling down the block rather than the other way around. Well, I mean, you know, the block is cooling it over here because it's only 22 degrees. But still, I find that deeply amusing. We're getting there. Slowly, little by little. Almost up to 160. Just a little bit more heat needed. Wolframite, always appreciated. I can use that for more radiant pipes. Couple 160s. I could kick in the 160 stuff. Whenever we've done that in the past. Ooh, whenever we've done that in the past, it's done quite well. You know what? Sure. Let's go ahead and go for the 160 because it'll heat up quite a lot. All right, there we go. Engines engaged. We will probably see people swing by and tune these up. Yep, there we go. We'll get quite a lot of power out of that. Yeah, we'll get about 1 kilowatt out of it once it's finished tuning up. And pop. There we go. Oh, actually, that's a lot less than I was expecting. Did I misread it before? Oh, is it 1.5, not... Yeah, it's plus 50%, not plus 100%. Never mind. Don't mind me, chat. Just going a little bit insane. But there we are. Now, with that power, they should be able to run more of the smelters, and we've always got stuff for them to do. While that's going down, we'll look down here. Half a cycle. This is going to push this over the 200-degree mark, and then we are finally going to see these two kick in. Dump a bit more energy into the system. Any idea how much longer you're going to be streaming for? Boobaloo, I'm not feeling tired, so it could be any amount right now. Probably at least another hour, because then I'll be going on another tea break, and I'll review how I'm feeling then. Good night, Captain Headcrab. Thanks for dropping by. It was entertaining watching you for the past 6.5 hours. Seriously, though. Before anyone heads off, how long have you been here? Because it's very, like, analytics-wise, from the perspective of the information that's available to me. Oh, wow, yeah. I'll take 100 kilos of steel. Sometimes it'll say, oh, well, you had this many viewers on average, but it doesn't really give me an idea of how the viewers are leaving and joining, and it would be very easy for me to imagine across a period of time, people are dropping in for like an hour and then leaving, but they're being replaced by someone else dropping by for an hour and then leaving. It'd be very interesting to know how many people have been here for, you know, just in general, so I get a bit of a better idea of that. I've only been here since the last tea break, so about an hour. Quite a few people who've been here for an hour. Thrall since the start. Well played. Very well played indeed. I joined recently in the last hour. I was doing a bunch of stuff with Raid, and now I'm relaxing. I'm very glad that you come here to relax, Hi Kaiser. Oh, quite a few people have joined in the last hour. Very interesting. There we go. Steam turbines engaged. 850 watts. Now, this temperature is not... It's not going to stop until the temperature drops below 130. And at that point, this is going to engage and start grabbing all of this copper and dumping it out. That's going to take time. So that's going to be dumping a whole heap of power into the system. Let's go up and check the batteries. Are we going to see the batteries charging, chat? We are. We have power once again. Oh, we're even tuning up the natural gas generators. Nice. All of these are running at a very respectable amount of energy. They're producing more energy than the ones that are running at top, full temperature down below. More batteries? No. Maybe more batteries. Althor, I watched the entirety of Wander's stream before we raided you. So, I've been watching streams for a bit now, at least, seeing as it's 9:30 AM. Well played. Very well played indeed. My lord. Vanya, been here since the beginning, but not paying attention for the first hour. It's fine, having things on the background. Just got here about a minute ago. Well, I had good timing then to ask. Evilarian... If you would stream during the day, I'd watch more. But I mostly sleep when you stream. Well, I mean, it is the day for me now. To be fair, it's 8:30 in the morning. I've been here for about 5 hours. Just have you on in the background while I'm doing other things. Yeah, that's quite often how I consume streams. Hi, Kaiser. Your narration and choice of games are often very lovely to relax to. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. Right, okay, so power shouldn't be a big issue for us right now. Indeed, we should be seeing all sorts of batteries charging quite nicely. We're going to see this place starting to cool down a little bit better. And overall, I'm going to start giving much... Well, I mean, these are already fairly high priorities. Why have they not been done? I feel frustrated with this. But with that done, I'm going to say we kind of... Yeah, I'm going to drop the priority on these jobs around the place. Just a bit. I would rather people be working on the big builds right now. And stuff like that. Specifically, I really want this room complete. This one I can build up over time. But the other one, I just need that done. Frankly, I'm done now. I'm going to forget that I've set that to 9, so I'm going to drop that back down. In fact, I'm going to drop it all the way down to 6. Right, let's see. Well, no one's going there, unfortunately. I'm going to pop this down to 30%. Only start running on the hamster wheels if you absolutely need to. In fact, that one should probably be just completely disabled. In fact, yeah, I am going to completely disable it. Because this one is a part of the main grid. So I really don't need people running on that. Not when we've actually got power flooding into the system. I just realized every time I'm trying to move the camera, I instinctively hold down shift to make the camera move faster because cameras run. Don't deconstruct on an 8. Do a 7 instead. What are we doing down here? It's already down to 160. Yeesh. Well, I mean, it's doing good work, but it is a bit of a shame that we're not getting that done a bit better. This stuff is already down to 150 on the metal. We're gonna have so much copper on the ground in here. In the end. It's gonna be bonkers. But we may as well start moving this over into the 8s as well now. Since this is going to be fairly high priority to get this up and running. Because, again, it's going to be more power for us. Okay. Thank you. Go steel in here. And, well, I'll just bump the priority up in a moment. We're going to have to pick a time when that volcano is not active. And we'll probably only have a short window where we can get in there and set up the internals. That worries me a bit. Or a lot, depending. But with that done... Now, the way I'm going to set this up from this point forward is... First, let's go ahead and pop in the hydrogen generators. Again, made of steel. Only the finest. And there, here, here. Can we fit in 5? We can. And because we can, we want to. Now, here's the thing though. How much hydrogen does a generator pull? Only 100 grams. Well, you can have 1 kilo of gas in a pipe, I believe. Yeah. So I could run 10 of them off a single full pump. That is fine then. It's actually completely fine. Now, I'm going to strip away all of this down to here. I'm going to put all of these into a sequence of pipes. I may as well just use sandstone, honestly. I've got so much of it, but then I've got so much of everything, really. Ultimately, what I want is a gas shutoff that is controlled by a... If I pop that there... That will be controlled by the automation. Automation will swing up. Because I feel that with things like this, it's better to control the access to the fuel rather than control the generator itself. Something dumb, which I did up there because the same principle applies. But with that, fuel will be restricted based on whether or not I feel that the generator needs any extra whether there's enough room in the batteries, rather. Because if the fuel is going into the generator and I shut the generator down, sometimes they'll still finish the animation, which means that you're going to be wasting a little bit of fuel. We are completely out of power, but now it's kicked back in. What are we doing for plastic right now? We are filling this up. Oof. Nice. We're not using the petroleum for anything other than plastic, though, so that kind of makes sense. How are we doing down here? Is it stop running? No, but it's getting there. This may run for quite some time with that particular setup. Now, do I have enough ceramic to do the last two here? Yes, I do. Marvelous. Do I have enough steel to do this? Yes, I do. Also marvelous. Okay, this room is actually starting to look quite nice. It's super chilly right now, though, so as a result, we're going to be seeing some CO2 forming into liquid and then into solid. We need to avoid that where we can. Sims Mage, hello! Welcome to the stream. Now, in terms of the auto sweeper, we wanted to do a little bit of for sciencing, didn't we? Yes, we did. What am I going to do this for sciencing? Okay, this is the first spot. So I've got a marker. Now, first trick will be to see if I can put anything in that. I am probably going to need a rail for it though. And it doesn't need to be made of steel. Why am I making it of steel? You know what? I have enough steel that I don't care. So that's fine. Now this will check if it can enter into the rear of the conveyor loader. If it can't place this slime over there into the rear of the conveyor loader, then we know for future that it has to be in the top. However, if it can, then I'm going to flip this around and check if it can load into it from the other side. And if it can, then it's a case of as long as it can touch any part of the conveyor loader, then it load stuff into it. It's going to be marvelous watching that room transform from ice to fire. I mean, I hadn't really considered that. Yes, but no, I agree. Yeah. Is it just that we don't have copper? It must just be that we don't have copper. And it's going to be ages before the copper volcano starts delivering, so I guess I might have to get back to this intel to make me more copper then, from the 98 tons of copper that we've got. Alright, I accept. Let's get to work on that. What is the temperature down here now? Ooh, it's getting close to the point where it's going to start grabbing this copper out. The problem with this is we're going to dump so much steam out of this room when I go in there to fix it. I mean, ultimately the water's going to come back one way or the other, but still, that's going to be a pain in the bum. Hi, Tris. I'm glad you made it. Don't want any of that. Now, what I am going to want, though, is a way in from the other side. Cancel building this just so that I don't rip it out. Cause myself any issues. There we go. All. I'm going to need to hook that up with a little bit more power as well. Now this can't quite reach that, which is kind of a pain in the bum, but okay. Let's build these delightful things right there. Gonna make that a very high priority and just have someone sweep a bunch of junk off from down here. I've been trying to catch up on your second YouTube channel. I see I have a lot to watch. Yes. You very much do. It is an awful lot. There's also another 9-hour stream that I haven't yet turned into VODs. That part's my bad, though. That's on me. There we go. We should be able to get some more steel made in a moment. Oh, actually, no. We do need a little bit more line. The ceramics kiln doesn't have anything to load with. I mean, I could. Okay, the potential load is now incredible, but I still kind of figure that we're probably going to be okay. If I were to set this up here, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but we could try. And run power up. This may be able to just keep these going. That's certainly how... I mean, this one shuts down the kiln rather than the autoloader, so we wouldn't have to really worry about that one. Grimleal Panthea, thank you very much for the 6 months, half a year. I have a button. I press the button. I love the button. I approve. But yeah, if we can get that done, then we're basically going to be automatically making ceramic, which I'm 100% okay with. Simply because we will stop once this is full. So we're not going to turn all of the clay into ceramic when we need that power for other things. But while we're actively using it, we may as well. And it'll also dump a little bit of extra heat into the room, so you know that's always good too. We are now at a point where we have not got enough heat down here to turn this into steam. That is a shame. Well, actually, that being said, we do. This is going to turn into steam fairly quickly. I mean, it's constantly getting more, but at least I would have expected it to be. But I guess we're dropping enough water in here fast enough that it's... yeah, there's 24 kilos there, so... We would need very hot coolant in that pipe for it to help. Well, we basically need these to run, effectively. If one of these were to run right now, then we should be alright. We'd add on just enough extra heat in there. Yeah, 150 degrees should be enough to convert this. I say with confidence that I should not have, apparently. Oh no, there we go. There we go.